Excuse you, chicken. Helga is already laying in that box. Why don't you pick one of the 1, 2, 3 nesting boxes that are not being used right now to lay your egg? Let's use some logic. There we go. That one's perfectly fine and ready for you. Hi guys, I'm not sure what kind of video this is going to be yet for this week, but I'm starting off with creating my own poo pattern. And I was going to film before I showed this because I just cut off his ears. They're in bits on my couch. I was going to show you a picture. I'll just insert a picture here of what he looked like before. But I made his ears too big, and he kind of looked like Winnie the Mouse instead of Winnie the Pooh. And so I am going to redo his ears smaller, and then we'll see how he looks. But this is Gen 1 minus his mouse ears. Hi guys. It has been probably 3 or 4 days since my last clip of this video where I was showing you the beginning of my my sweater teddy pattern, and I have a little bit of an update. So I have a few things to show you. All right, first of all, I showed you my original teddy. Did I show you him all done? I adjusted his ears because they were really big to begin with, and this was my Gen 1 teddy that I came out with. Now, before I made another Pooh, this Pooh version, I made a second sweater teddy in a different color. I made him 1 row taller. If you can tell, this guy's shorter. This guy is 1 row taller, because I was working out the shape that I wanted him to be. And I did end up deciding to go with the taller bear, even though when I look at it now, I like how short and small this guy is. But anyway, I also decided that I didn't like how far down the sweater came on this guy. So I made my third version of this pattern, which is my favorite, in this little black bear. So he has only 4 stripes on his sweater where he has 5. So a little bit more belly shows before you get to the legs. He's also got a little tail in the back. I did move this down 1 more row in my final pattern that I wrote. And then I came back to, after I made these 2 guys, I came back to Pooh. So I made these 3. Came back to Pooh and I changed a few things on this pattern. So I don't know if you can tell from the side, but this Pooh has a little more punch than this Pooh. I gave him a bigger round here in the middle so that he had a little bit more of a poochy round Pooh belly. And I cropped his top a little more so he had more belly showing. But this is the final Pooh design. I did add whites to his eyes just because I think all the plushies look better with that white eye detail, but I know that Pooh in the original book series has just plain black eyes, or in the cartoon he has just plain black eyes without any white detail. But these are, I'm getting ready to choose testers for these guys. This will be my sweater teddy pattern, and I will have 2 versions, the striped sweater teddy and the Pooh version in the pattern. I have to pick testers, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed because of the amount of people that have applied to this test. I've never had this many people apply to a test before, I don't think. So I just opened it yesterday, but I think I'm gonna close it already because I'm gonna have such a hard time choosing testers from this big of a group. But I'm choosing testers to get this guy started. He will be a paid pattern on my Etsy. I have not released a paid pattern on my Etsy since before Easter when I did my hatching bunnies. So that's kind of fun and exciting. And this will count as my first literature pattern for the themed plushies I'm going to be putting in the bookstore. And then the only other crocheting I've done is I made a second Kites Nook Stuffy. And so this was the first one I made. This one I tried to make by by crocheting in the wings instead of sewing. And then I ended up having to adjust the position of the tail because the centering was off with where I put the wings. And so I think I'm just gonna leave it as the original pattern is and just sew the wings on afterwards so I don't have to mess with adjusting the tail, because these don't take long to sew on anyway. But anyway, I accidentally made another layer in his belly, so this guy's a little bit longer than this guy. And I also embroidered his beak instead of doing the magic ring and sewing on like the pattern calls for in this one. So his beak is flat, but it takes less time to do. I don't know, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the sewn on beak or the embroidered beak? I don't know, but anyway, I now have 2 of these little Kites Nook Henny Penny chicken plushies ready. I think I'm gonna do this in one more color. Speaking of colors, I just got an order of yarn, of Bernat yarn in because Michael's had a 40% off sale. So I'm going to show you what I ordered. Let me put these little guys up here and put my poo and sweater teddies up here. I really like how these guys turned out. They're really cute. Okay, let's get to my yarn haul. So I'm just gonna start pulling things out of the box. The box was opened by, my kids love to open boxes the second they are brought inside, so I'm just gonna show you what I got. Okay, the first thing, I thought I just got 2 of these, but I got 2 packs of 2. This is in the color Sailor's Delight. This is the color I used on my drift, the Octopus. I would go grab him right now, but he's in my son's room and my son is napping, so I'm not going to go grab him. But I made a drift the Octopus, maybe I'll put a picture here, using this yarn. And since I got 4 skeins of it now, and that's like the only pattern I use this for, I just today enrolled myself this morning to put in an entry at the fair. So we have a fair in our county at the end of next month, and my daughter is going to show our chickens for the first time ever in for 4-H. She joined 4-H this year, and she's going to show 2 of our chickens, Henny, Penny, and Frankie, 2 of the favorites on this channel. Well, I don't know if Frankie is a favorite, but Henny Penny has definitely been featured here. They are going to be shown at the fair, and they have, if you're not familiar with 4-H, they have all kinds of categories you can do things for at the fair. I used to think 4-H was just like farm animals, but they're like basically any arts and crafts, baking, animals, it's like sporting events like fishing and shooting. There's so many categories, but they have an adult open slot for crochet. And so since I accidentally ordered 4 skeins of Sailor's Delight, I have decided I am going to purchase the Anchor the Octopus pattern and make myself a giant anchor to put in the crochet. I don't know if it's a contest or just a display for the adults at the fair. So that's really exciting. This is going to be my main body color, and then I think, hold on, let me show you. I'm gonna need to order more of this too, but I think I'm gonna use this. I think this is like sea foam or sea mist or something. I need to figure out what color it is. It's kind of this minty blue color that I think I'm going to make the, if you haven't seen the Anchor the Octopus pattern, it's got like bobble stitches underneath the tentacles for like the suction cups. And so I think these are going to be the underside of my tentacles with the bobble stitches, and this will be the main color. So it'll kind of pick up that blue that's in Sailor's Delight. I think that'll look really cool. So I'm looking forward to making this. I am having to reel myself in and wait to start this till after my next market, which is the 12th of July, because I have so much stuff to do before then. I need to make stuff for the bookshop, and I just don't have time to start on this, but I really want to buy the Anchor Octopus pattern and get started on it now. Anyway, 4 skeins of Bernat to work on that. Okay, This is a new color I have not ever purchased or seen before, so I was excited though when I saw it on the website and it was 40% off. This is the color Sand by Bernat, so I'm going to compare this to Baby Sand, which is another Bernat color. This is not Baby Sand, so hold on, let me go grab that. All right, I grabbed my Baby Sand, which I also need to stock up on, but Baby Sand was not on the Michaels website for me to purchase more of, or else I would have. But let me show you. Okay, this is Sand and this is Baby Sand. So this is a warmer tone, lighter shade of tan, and this is more of like a taupe color. And I think the first thing I'm gonna make with this is a Dobby. I found a free Dobby from Harry Potter, if you don't know who Dobby is. Dobby is a house elf in Harry Potter, and I found a free pattern for him. And so since I'm making literature themed plushies like Pooh, I think I'm gonna try to make a Dobby, and I'm going to use this as his main color, his skin tone color, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Sand. Okay, next I got a roll of gold. This they used to sell at my Walmart, but now they do not, and I am planning on making more Pooh Bears with this. That's what I use for Pooh. And also I want to make some golden snitches for, again, some more literary themed Harry Potter plushies. So I'm planning to use this for the golden snitch with white for the wings. So I got one skein of that. I probably should have gotten 2 skeins, but I haven't been using gold as much lately, and now of course that they don't sell it anymore, I'm thinking of all these projects to make with gold, but I got 1 more skein of that. This is another color they have stopped selling at my Walmart, and that is Baby Lilac. So I got 2 more skeins of that. I use this for axolotls, I use it for jellyfish, I use it for, I feel like there's something else. I'd like to do a shark in this, like sea creature type things, dinos. I would love to make in this color. I use this color a lot, so I'm very sad that Walmart stopped selling it, but I did get 2 more skeins of Baby Lilac. And then I got, what is this? White teal? No, oh, this is a new color. Oh, maybe I'll use this with my Bernat for my anchor. Maybe that would match better. Oh, I think that matches perfectly. Okay, this is Misty Jungle Green. It is Bernat Baby Blanket, and here it is compared to this other one. They're really similar. This one's just darker. I don't know, which shade should I use with the Sailor's Delight for the bobble stitches? I don't know. I don't know which one I'm gonna use, but here are they. I thought this would be another good color for frogs, dinos, jellyfish, any kind of aquatic thing. Misty Jungle Green. The camera is not showing how green it is. It's pulling more of like a gray blue on camera, but it is more of a tealy green than what you're seeing. Anyway, here's these. And then my last skein that I got was just a dark gray because, again, they're not selling this anymore at my Walmart. I would usually get this color there, but not anymore. So that is my full yarn haul. I don't think I can even fit all of this. By the way, this is like $145 worth of yarn that I got for, I think, $95. Here's my other skein of, and I got this, and I got all of these. I'm really excited that I saved that much, and all this money that I spent, I saved $50 about. So I'm out here crocheting chickens with my chicken, Peachy. She's my snuggliest chicken. She's a Buff Orpington, and she loves to hang out. So me and Peachy don't poop on my nice chair, and Will are out hanging out in the driveway. There's been a slight reprieve in the hot weather, so we're enjoying this moment. Huh, Peach? All right, back to chickens, like crochet chickens. What's your review? What do you think of it, Peach? What do you think of my crochet chicken? Just got home from the pool, laying stuff out to dry out, and I sometimes will hear strange sounds, in which case I know someone's visiting. Lily? Lily? Do you find a good spot to take a nap, dear? Have you wallowed yourself out of bed in the bushes? Yeah. I'm going to try to get a better view of the bed that she has made for herself. Do you hear her? Don't let me disturb you, Lily. You should go back to snoring. Hi guys, it is, what is it? What's today? Wednesday? It is Wednesday. The 4th is Friday, and I have a pattern releasing on Friday, and so I'm trying to get this little vlog wrapped up so I can get all prepped for that pattern to come out. And also I have a market 1 week from Saturday, so I have a lot of market prepping to do. Plus I need to do the 5 free Instagram pattern show the love challenge that the Cozy Buckeye and Stacy from Stacy Makes are doing. I have ideas in my head, and I just need to get this vlog wrapped up. So let me show you. My sweater teddy is the pattern that's coming out. It will have a pattern for Pooh Bear and a sweater teddy. I've already showed these in this video. I also may later come out with a mod for a little ballerina bear. This is the Gen 1 that I came up with. I kind of freehanded this part, and so I didn't want to write it all up for the pattern because I don't really know how to explain some of the things I did for it, but and also this is like a full flamenco skirt instead of like a tutu. But this pattern mod may be coming soon to go along with the sweater teddy. Might do like ballerina bear, sweater teddy. They kind of go together. So yeah, that maybe is coming in the future. But the pattern for this guy will be releasing this Friday on the 4th. What else have I been doing this week? So I can't stop making the Kite Snook Henny Penny pattern. I have now made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Henny Pennies. And I tried to do them with different like actual chicken breeds. So I want to make a reel where this is like a Americana chicken. This can be a sapphire gem chicken. We can have a leghorn, a barred rock, a Rhode Island red, for those of you that know your chicken breeds. I want to make little tags with their actual breeds and maybe like how many eggs they lay a year for the breed. I think that'd be really fun to make on their little price tags, but I have 5 of these made. I think I'm gonna sell them for $25, and I really wanna try making one of these in like mallard colors and make a little mallard in the same pattern. I did end up sewing on beaks for about the last couple that I made. I embroidered his, but I sewed on beaks because my daughter likes those more, and I think I like them more too. They're just more time intensive to sew on the 3D beak, or what do you want to call that? Anyway, so I have 5 of those ready to go. And then yesterday I started prepping these little guys. This is from my friend Beth, Scarlet Garden Crochet on Instagram. She has this for free on her page, and I sold 5 out of 6 of these in my last market, so I knew that I needed to restock on them. This was my only one left over from last time, so I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of those. This guy's kind of wonky. Look how, look at his legs, and then look at his head frills. They're on a little crooked. Whoops. Anyway, I have these guys made and ready, so I'll have 6 of them again. I can make a little pyramid of them if I wanted for my market. So Beth, thank you for that free pattern. I think they will sell well again. And then I made another anchor, the Octopus. This is a pattern that I bought for my A to Z challenge that I really enjoy. And I think I'm going to use my white basket that I have used for different things at every market for sea creatures this market. So I will have a total of 3 drifts made. One of them has 10 legs, but hopefully no one's counting. So I have 3 total drifts made. I think I'm going to sell these for like 18 to 20 at the market. This will be my first time selling them. And this is the colors I want to do for my big anchor, the Octopus. Just because I think it looks the most realistic. I don't know. And then they'll have suction cups under there that are about this color. So anyway, I will try selling those, having them out at my market, whatever. I have 3 of those ready. And I have one more pattern that I made this week, but I think I'm going to save it to show in my next video because I am planning to do the Share the Love 5 free Instagram patterns challenge. But I want to do them all themed for literary characters or things. And so I think I'm going to save those for that video to show you that make. I may have already posted it though on my shorts and on my Instagram. But I'm not going to show it in this video. I'll save it for the next one. Anyway, thank you guys. Next week's video, hopefully it'll be the Share the Love. I'm also going to be market prepping like mad for my next market and getting that ready. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. It's a little more chill vibe. Be looking out for my pattern that will be available in a couple days on my Etsy. I haven't released a pattern in a while, but the sweater teddy and poo pattern is coming to you shortly. So we will see you next week, guys. Thanks.